Hey, what's up guys? This is Anthony from Anthony's Customs, and for this review, oh my goodness. We are looking at the SH Figuarts One Piece Trafalgar Law. And man, I don't know, if you're a One Piece fan, you guys are probably not feeling great about Bandai these days. Their One Piece line, so promising when it was first announced. I was thrilled. I think all the One Piece fans were thrilled. Like, finally, some new SH Figuarts One Piece figures. They're going to be great. Awesome. And then they started releasing them, and we've had one good one, the Ogre Lady. I can't think of her name right now. And the rest have been pretty not great. Some of them have been okay, and then some of them have been straight up bad. And it's just been disappointing. And so I was hoping it's going to keep getting better and better and better. I have to tell you, I don't think that's the case with this figure. We're going to go through it. We'll see how it turns out. But my initial impressions are, well, as you can tell, we have some issues here to talk about. So let's go ahead and get them off the stand and take a closer look. Okay, before we get into the figure, I do want to show you my package. It is a good one. I do think their One Piece packaging is the best. They have the hat cut out up here, the map in the background, usual photography that you see on all their figures. But yeah, I think it's the best packaging of all of them. Worst figures, best packaging. Whereas we have the Naruto ones, which are probably the best figures, and the worst packaging? I don't know, but they're all good packages. Anyway, it's decent. So yeah, if you're an inbox collector, you're gonna be okay with this. I have a lot of people ask me, why do you bother reviewing the packaging? One, I don't care at all about packaging, not really. Like, it's nice that it looks nice, but I don't care. I never look at it once I open the figure. It's gonna go into storage for import or in the garbage for everything else, so I don't care. But other people do. They collect in the package, and they've asked me to include it in the reviews, so I do. I do it for you guys. All right, so fine packaging, nothing special. As for the figure, well, nothing special can be said about this as well. That's not true. There is something special about it, but we'll get into that. All right, he stands roughly 6 1/4 inches to the top of where his head would be. We'll give a little bit of poof for the hat. So for scaling purposes, he's about 6 1/4 inches tall. We'll call it 16 centimeters, give or take. All right, here he is up against a Marvel Legends Darwin. They're pretty close to the same size. Then here he is up against a McFarlane Batman. These are like smaller 7-inch figures. And then here he is up against a Marvel Select Cap. These are bigger 7-inch figures. And then here he is up against Luffy. I still can't find my open Luffy. I don't know where it is. But that's what he looks like up against Luffy. So he's about a head taller, I would say. Yeah, that's pretty close. I don't want to open a second one just for a height comparison. Sorry. I measured him, so you can check. Okay, so sizing, I think he's reasonable. I haven't gotten this far where he looks like this in the anime. I haven't gotten that far, so I can't tell you accuracy or whatever. I'm not going to skip ahead in the anime just to review the figure. I can review the figure without it. Okay, question of the day. Do you guys think social media has been good or bad for action figure collecting? I'll do this quick. I think it's been good in one way because obviously there's more community and there's more discussion about different brands and things, and so there's a lot of benefit in the actual social aspect of it. It can be a good thing, but I think it's been otherwise very terrible because it's led to people justifying their purchases rather than people making the companies justify their sales. People feel like they need to explain or justify why they spent so much money on a bad figure now because everybody knows they bought it and they feel some type of way thanks to social media and poor upbringings. Whereas, you know, you used to be able to just be like, yeah, I bought a crappy figure from Bandai. I'm not going to do it again until they make good ones, that kind of thing. But that's not what's happening. So I think it's been bad. Okay, that's enough of that. I want to make a video about it, but I don't think it'll be good. Let me know what you guys think. So aesthetically, this figure, the coat, it's alright. They made it out of PVC, which is such a weird choice. It's heavy as heck. It's so heavy, and there's no need for it to actually be flexible, not really. They have hinges up here to allow it to move. But there's no real paint. There might be some shading on it, but it's hard to say because of the finish. So yeah, I don't know, it doesn't look great. But the paint job on him, we'll start down here, is phenomenal. They did a really good job painting the spots on his legs, the tattoos on the chest and hands and arms. Very, very clean. It says ETH on his fingers. That's very nice. And on this side it says DEET. You know, that's very, very clean paint job. And of course I'm joking. You guys You know, I find that a lot of people don't understand jokes these days, but yeah, it says death on his fingers. And then his face, super clean, and hat, very, very well painted, so I can't fault him there. Zero shading anywhere that I can find. If it's there, it's so subtle I can't see it, even with the studio lighting. But yeah, aesthetically he looks good other than the cape being the way it is, or coat. It's not great. His shoes have a little bit of shine to them, that looks nice. The rest of it's fairly matte or flat or satin, so yeah, it looks decent. I don't have a problem with that. It's gonna look okay on the shelf. If some of these other issues are dealt with, so we'll get to that. So aesthetically, I'm gonna say it's fine. I'll give it a 7 out of 10. You could say 8 if you want to give it bonus points for the clean, detailed paintwork. It's fine. There's nothing really wrong with it other than the lack of shading and the coat being kind of shiny. So yeah, that's fine. Now as far as the accessories go, not bad. We do have the alternate piece for his head where he has his hair out rather than his hat. I like that they included that. For faces, we have the neutral head that comes on him in the package. Then we have the smiling one, the angry one, and the yelling one. Those are all good. We do get 2 more faces. These ones for him and Luffy. They're a little weird, but I don't know. Do you guys like that kind of accessory? It's nice to me to have them. I never use them. Let me know what you guys do with those kind of things. For hands, you have a buttload of hands. All the hands you could need. I can't think of any other ones you might need, so that's pretty good. And then you do get his sword both in the scabbard and unsheathed. That's unscabbarded? Whatever the saying is. So that's pretty good. Not a bad spread of accessories. I will say 8 out of 10. Pretty good. I will say, and I'm guessing he doesn't ever take his coat off in the anime, and that's why it's like that. It is permanent. And so I would say I'd like that to be an accessory instead, just because of the problem I'm going to bring up now. It's very hard for this guy to stand. As you can tell, the coat is all behind him. He's all behind him, and it's PVC. That's heavy plastic. It's not even close to balanced. Like, yeah, okay, if you balance him, it'll be fine, and that's like in a pose or something, but you cannot make him stand upright. You cannot make him stand straight up and down without a stand. It's impossible without a supporting piece. Like this. You get what I'm saying? It's just the balance issues were not even considered, apparently. You're gonna have to go dynamic, but I wanna show you something. This is a little tip for you guys if you haven't paid attention. A lot of the times when they show a figure in dynamic poses, actually look at the poses. Are they dynamic? This guy, this photo right here. Is that a dynamic pose? He's upside down swinging his sword? Yeah, but not really. If you go like this, he's basically just standing with his knee bent. He's not really doing much. What about this pose? Is this a dynamic pose? Not really, because he's just got his legs spread a little bit and his arms forward. They're very clever with their photography for the promo shots, guys, and that's reasonable. I'm not faulting them for it, but be aware that just because sometimes a figure looks like it might pose well, that doesn't mean it's going to, so pay attention to what they're doing. A lot of the times, you'll see that it's mostly just a figure standing upright in a different angle, so be aware of that. But this coat is super heavy, so that's going to affect posing significantly. Now, as far as the rest of the articulation goes, a double ball peg for the head to neck, and then a ball peg for the neck, so other than the collar getting in the way, he can move his head well. That's fine. Shoulders on this guy, which you can't really move these out of the way effectively, so the shoulders kind of don't matter too much. But as far as I can tell, and I'm guessing mine's just stuck, these butterflies only move horizontally or laterally. I cannot get it to go up. I've pushed and pushed and pushed. It will not go up, and I thought it would, but it looks like it should. But it won't do it. So let me know if you guys have this and yours is different, but I can't get it to do anything other than this, which is okay, but it's not great. You have the ball peg connecting the arm to the butterfly, and then you have the ball hinge in the shoulder, which is okay, but the coat is definitely going to get in the way, and you get this weird broken shoulder, dislocated shoulder looking sort of situation. It's not great. All right, you do get your bicep swivel in there, and of course he can rotate all the way around where this isn't in the way. Double jointed elbow works nicely, no issues there. Ball hinge wrist, that's fine, nothing special. All right, so for the torso, I'm pretty sure, I'm not positive because I haven't pulled it apart. There's one joint in here, down here, not 2 separate pieces, just one, and it can lean okay, well, all right, at least we get to see it. Okay, so there are technically 2. I thought there were when I started. Okay, so you get 2, but look at, there's not much of a difference between those 2 joints, and this one doesn't move all that much, so that's a strange design. Okay, so as far as leaning him back, he leans back pretty well. It's only at the waist, doesn't like bend up here at all, of course. So that's okay, but you have to be aware of that, and the coat is still super heavy, so it's gonna be a bit of a trick to pose this guy, and he can lean forward okay. But I don't know about this. I think they would have been better off having a higher joint. But whatever, it poses okay in the torso. For the hips, you can go all the way forward, no problem there. Going back, we have butt cheeks, can't go back. The butt cheeks are in the way. Going out to the side, no real good reason for it, but they only go that far, a little bit better than 45 degrees. And then you get your thigh swivel, so it's okay. Definitely not anything special. For the knee joint, it's decent. That's fine, no real problems there. And then for the ankle, you get a ball hinge, which is really loose. Really loose for a guy with a heavy cape. Not great. Ball hinge is alright. Decent enough range, no problems really. And then the toe hinge is nice and stiff, I like that. It's not the best looking toe hinge. Still get a gap down here, but it's stiff and usable, so that's what she said, and that's good. So his articulation is just, it's whatever, it's not good. It's not good at all. It's okay. And I just don't get it. This is an 80, I think it's 80 bucks. I don't remember now, something like that. Guys, this is not good enough. We need to, as a community, demand that we get better products for our money. And I don't mean by saying it, you have to show them in the only way they care. That is with your spending. You determine how good your products are for luxury items. Because if you don't buy it, they won't make it. They'll either make something better or they won't make it at all, but they can't do that because they need a business. So they will make something better if you stop buying the bad stuff. It's the only way to affect what they do with your wallet. So, to me, this is just not good enough. This One Piece line is a perfect example. The Berserk line's a perfect example. It's even a better example. It's not good enough, guys. We have to show them. I'm going to give this guy's articulation rating a 5 out of 10. You're not going to be able to have a fun time with this figure. You might be able to get him into some poses, but the cape being permanently connected and in the way of the shoulders, which don't seem to work that well. Maybe mine are just stuck. I don't know. I can't say. You know, a lot of his joints just don't work that well. And that's the whole point of Figuarts. Good joints. So yeah, he looks decent enough accessories, but it's just not enough. Final verdict for this release, 6 out of 10. It's just not good enough for 80, 90, whatever, however much it was. Let's say 80 bucks. Guys, that's a lot of money. 80 bucks for a collectible toy. It needs to be better. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. But that's it from me for today. So thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed the video, please do give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. And if you haven't subscribed, you should. I have new videos every day but Wednesday when I get back to my normal schedule. And I do have thousands of videos already on the channel. So make sure you come back for all of that. And in the meantime, keep collecting.